10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello. Hello. हेलो मैम आप म्यूट पर हैं.
Hello.
या हाय सुनाई दे रहा है आपको? आवाज आ रही है?
Yes, Aditya.
Okay.
We will come back to you in a short time. Let me quickly introduce myself and introduce Lajja, and then we will start off with
Sure.
our interaction with you.
No
All
problem.
right?
Yes.
Aditya, till then, if we can have your video off, it would be great.
My video off. Okay.
Yes. So welcome everybody. Welcome to yet another episode of Lajja TV. This is May 1st, 2021, and we are back. We did take a short break in April. These were reasons beyond our control: health, the COVID, the pandemic, the depression, everything got to the entire team of Lajja. And but yes, the show must go on. So here we are back again with our next episode of Lajja TV. Lajja, for those of you who do not know, is a forum that gives women a non-judgmental space to be themselves. This is a space that we give our women a place where they can open up their hearts, they can share their thoughts, their views, they can learn from us, they can be inspired by us, and they can inspire as they themselves grow. Lajja is a space for women, by women, with women. So before we start off with today's episode of news, let me just talk about today is International Labour Day. And International Labour Day is dedicated to the workers and laborers across the world. And today, specifically in this time of crisis, I think we need to acknowledge, applaud, and thank all those laborers and all those workers who've been working 24/7 to ensure that everybody is safe, everybody is taken care of, especially our healthcare workers. They have been doing a tremendous job, and I think we owe our lives to them. So thank you to all the laborers, all the workers out there. This day celebrates laborers and encourages them to be aware of their rights. The day has its origins in the labor union movement, specifically the 8-hour day movement. And unfortunately, in these times of pandemic, there is no 8-hour. The time just stretches. And I think we need to applaud all of them for the kind of work that they're doing. Going forth, women novelists are getting a voice. Nominations for the Women's Prize for Fiction was announced this week. Booker Prize winning novelist Bernardine Evestro, chairing the judge panel, said several of the novels depicted communities that aren't really writing about fiction, and tough subjects like domestic violence, addiction, and depression is being talked about. The winner of the 2021 Women's Prize will be announced on July 7th at a ceremony in London. It is important that we give a voice to all these women novelists because they are the ones who represent the kind of social structure that we come from. They are the ones who give a voice to all that is happening across the world for women. And whether we are going through tough times, whether we are going through challenging times, stories like these are what bring us to the forefront, is what give us hope. So all the best to all the nominees. Wikipedia is getting more women on board, which is a great initiative. Wikimedia Foundation, the non-profit organization that runs Wikipedia, is working on a series of projects in India and globally to get more women editors and content on women. Wikipedia is the world's 5th most popular digital platform, launched Project Write in March to rewrite the way women are represented on the platform. The aim is to highlight the gender gap and bring more visibility to women, both in terms of the number of articles on women and the number of women editors contributing to the site. globally fewer than 20% editors are women, and only 18% of the biographies on English Wikipedia are about women. Like I said, this is a great start. This, when a forum like Wikipedia does this for women, I think we need to stand up and acknowledge them and applaud them for doing this for us, because women still need a voice. Last week, again, history was made. For the very first time, two women sat behind a president during the address to a joint session of the Congress. The historic image during Joe Biden's speech on Wednesday, in 245 years in the making since the nation's founding, American presidents were flagged by presidents are flagged by speakers of the House and the vice president. And during such a high-profile speech, to have two women sitting right behind him, I think that is amazing. Going forth, let me talk about our special guest today. The news we have collected so far have been very inspiring, very encouraging, but there is something that Lajja has always mentioned. We always talk about women, yes, but we also talk about the kind of roles that men play with us, the kind of roles that men have in our lives. And specifically May being the month of Mother's Day, May 8th is Mother's Day, and the world over, everybody is going to be celebrating Mother's Day and, giving acknowledgements, accolades, and greetings and wishes, and all of that for mothers. But what about the single fathers? What about the fathers who are doing a commendable job of looking after their children? Not all fathers go out and work. There are some fathers who are homemakers. There are some fathers who are single fathers. And in these times of crisis, when the pandemic has been raging across the world, there have been many fathers who have shown their true courage, their true grit. So today, it is my pleasure and my honor to have a very special guest join us on Lajja TV. Please join your hands together in welcoming Mr. Aditya Tiwari. Aditya ji, आप screen पे आ जाइए. Yes, correct.
Yeah. Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste. Let me just quickly introduce you. Aditya is a TEDx speaker. He's a social reformer. He's an adoptive parent, a parent of a Down syndrome child. He's a motivational speaker and a counselor. To tell you more about him, Aditya is a social activist, and he adopted a special needs Down syndrome child at the age of 28 years as a single parent. And I think the world across, at least in India, we had news articles written about him, and that was truly inspirational to take such a big move. So we will know why he did that and how he went about doing it. But let me go a little bit more about him. The process of adoption was quite a struggle, and as a male single parent, it is not legally permissible to adopt at an age in India. He could finally succeed in getting the law of adoption amended, which is quite a thing, because we all talk about wanting to make changes to the system, but how many of us actually go ahead and go and do something about it? So Aditya is an example of somebody who has actually challenged the system and made a difference to the system. He's a software engineer by profession, and he has fought a legal battle for 2 years to adopt Avnish. Aditya believes that the power of love and care brings in a lot of improvement in adopted children, and is actively involved in mental health awareness and adoption of children through various initiatives. So Aditya, welcome to Lajja TV. It is our honor to have you here.
Thank you.
Yes. So Aditya, tell me, normally जब हम बोलते हैं कि parenting, जब भी हम parenting की बात करते हैं, we think of mothers, माँ, even my husband tends to tell me, तुम तो M with a double A हो, माँ हो. So why don't you think it is time we change that narrative? एक parent father भी हो सकता है, and a father has an equal and important role to play in bringing up a child.
Yes, बिल्कुल. Unfortunately, ये एक mindset है, and what I believe in, a female can give a birth to a child, but child is the one who give a birth to a parenting.
Absolutely.
And parenting is not based on any gender. Anyone who is ready to take the responsibility can become a parent. वो एक मेल भी हो सकता है, फीमेल भी हो सकता है. जो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज हैं वो हमने शेयर की हैं. इट्स नॉट दैट द हु इज स्टेइंग एट होम टेकिंग केयर ऑफ अ चाइल्ड, सो वो कुछ ज्यादा रोल प्ले कर रहा है. द इक्वली वही रोल इक्वली प्ले किया जाता है बाय अ मेल पेरेंट एज वेल, because going out earning bread and butter for family, that is also equally important. And ये चीज हमें
Absolutely.
समझना चाहिए. Right. When I adopted Avnish, there was a question how you are going to feed a child.
Mhm.
Uh, I said why it is important. I know it is important, but जब biological parent ने बच्चे को छोड़ दिया है, so why don't you go and ask the biological parent instead of asking me how I am going to feed the child.
Absolutely.
जब आपको ऐसा लगता है कि एक फीमेल ही बच्चा पाल सकती है, फीमेल ही ओनली कैन टेक केयर ऑफ अ चाइल्ड इन अ प्रॉपर वे, तो फिर उस क्यों बच्चे ऑर्फन होते हैं, बंधन होते हैं. आई अंडरस्टैंड देयर आर कंडीशंस and we need a support from a family, from a partner, right? We need a mentally support, emotional support. But when somebody want to adopt a child, so why gender is so specific? इंडिया में मेल पेरेंट को फीमेल बच्चा अडॉप्ट करने की परमिशन नहीं है एज पर द कारा लॉ, बट फीमेल कैन अडॉप्ट बोथ द जेंडर चाइल्ड. So this is the gender bias. Means this adoption parenting is dominated by the female, because everybody was asking पहला बच्चा तो पहला वर्ड जो है बच्चा वो बोलता है माँ.
Wow.
This is not always necessary, right? ये तो हमने फीड करा, ये इन्फॉर्मेशन हमें
Yes.
फीड करी है. फीमेल है तो उसको माँ बोलो, मेल है तो फादर बोलो. फीमेल आपको फीड करती है इसलिए उसका रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ज्यादा हो जाता है, वो ज्यादा केयर कर रही है, ज्यादा आपको प्यार दे रही है. सो दिस इज नॉट करेक्ट. मेल ऑल्सो प्ले इक्वल रोल. ये नेचर है, ये भगवान ने डिसाइड किया. दैट इज नॉट बाय यू एंड मी, नॉट बाय एनी जेंडर. सो ये डिफरेंसेस हमें समझना होगा, एंड वी नीड टू गिव इक्वल इंपॉर्टेंस टू अ मेल पेरेंट एज वेल, बिकॉज गोइंग आउट, वर्किंग अंडर समवन, टेकिंग अ वर्क प्रेशर, कमिंग एट होम, इट्स नॉट इजी. बिकॉज कोई घर के बाहर जाके पैसा कमा रहा है, इसलिए आज आप एक घर में बैठे हो एंड यू हैव ऑल दोस फैसिलिटीज अवेलेबल. इनफैक्ट कई बार ये कंडीशंस होती है कि वी डोंट वांट टू डू सर्टेन टास्क, सर्टेन वर्क, डोंट वांट टू वर्क अंडर समवन, but we have to do. We are not doing the work because of choice and interest, but we have to do because we have a dependency of a family.
Yes.
Right? Mental health issues, mental illness issues and mental health issues. In fact, you go and check how many male commit suicide. Right? So that is equally important to give appreciate the efforts what male parent is doing. Country का सबसे major जो problem है, that is unemployment.
Hmm.
So if somebody thinks that employment is easy, so why this is a big problem in our country. It's not that easy employment to work under someone, right? To bear the expenses.
Absolutely. Now, what was it? What really went through your mind when you decided to take a decision that I want to adopt a child, and when you know to take adopting a child itself is a big decision. उसके ऊपर आपने एक ऐसे बच्चे को अडॉप्ट किया है who would need special care, who needs special attention. What really drove you to take such a drastic decision?
देखिए ये एक स्पॉन्टेनियस डिसीजन था. जब मुझे कहा गया कि ये बच्चा इनफैक्ट ऐसे स्पेशल नीड्स है, और उन्होंने तो जो स्पेशल नीड है डाउन सिंड्रोम वो भी नहीं ठीक से करेक्टली मुझे इन्फॉर्म किया था. बोला मेंटली रिटार्डेड फिजिकली हैंडीकैप चाइल्ड है, एंड इसीलिए पेरेंट्स ने इसे जस्ट लेफ्ट हिम इन ऑर्फनेज एंड नोबडी वांट्स टू अडॉप्ट हिम, बिकॉज हमारे यहाँ ऐसे बच्चों को कोई अडॉप्ट नहीं करता है. सो लेट्स सी ये कितने दिन सर्वाइव करता है. And when I look at him and I hold him in my hands and I said, okay, if nobody wants to adopt, give it to me. So एक spontaneous thought था जब मैं अपने बच्चे अवनीश से मिला. So it's like I felt some connection with him. और स्पेशल नीड मेरे दिमाग में तब भी नहीं था और आज भी नहीं है, because I believe every person is a special need in certain way. Right. So वो मेरे लिए सेकेंडरी था. इनफैक्ट मेरा अडॉप्शन जर्नी जो था वो एक अलग था, डिफरेंट था, एंड फुल ऑफ ups and downs, only full with hurdles, because every time I have to fight with the mindset of a people.
Yes.
लॉ से फाइट करना जितना डिफिकल्ट नहीं था, उससे ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट था लोगों की साइकोलॉजी और माइंडसेट्स को कन्विंस करना लोगों को. Everybody was
Okay.
asking कि तुम ये adoption क्यों करना चाहते हो? What is your problem? When we talk about adoption, unfortunately, adoption आज भी एक taboo है. मतलब लोग by choice नहीं जाते, by circumstances जाते. There are very few who go by choice, and if they go by choice, so people question on their intention. That the same thing happened with me. क्या problem क्या है? So if I want to become a parent, if I want to adopt a child, तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि कुछ problem होगा, right? And why you
Yes.
wish to do it? जब minimum age single parent के लिए 30 था.
अच्छा.
I was not fit in that criteria age bracket.
Okay.
So there was one condition when I can adopt a child कि या तो मैं 30 years complete होके apply करूं या फिर India का adoption law change हो. And I don't want to wait
Okay.
for 3 years more to turn 30 and adopt a child, because orphanage में the condition was जो इतना अच्छा नहीं था. Means it's very difficult to take care of a child in orphanage. जहाँ पे caregivers are not aware about the special need. There are few more kids, and what early intervention, what vaccination are required, no therapies, nothing. So of course the life is difficult, and I don't want कि मेरे बेटे को just because I'm not eligible to wait in orphanage. So I decided, yes, let's see, and there must be a change in the law.
Yes.
And I raised this question: on what basis you have decided the age 30? There must be some logical, कुछ तो logic होना चाहिए to decide a age 30 for a single parent. There was no logic behind it. When an adult can marry at the age of 18 and 21 and they can produce their own biological child, so why when somebody wants to adopt a child have to wait for 30 years? Why there should be a difference between the child and parent ages 30? And they have reduced it after, they have changed it to 25 now. Considering
Okay.
our case, the new guidelines were implemented on 1st of August 2015.
Okay.
And in fact, but again, there was a problem why you want to adopt a child. And again, log kya kahenge? That is the biggest problem in our country. Log kya kahenge? What other people will think of you, that makes more importance for everyone. What you think for yourself.
Absolutely. Actually, that was a question I wanted to ask you. Okay? Why did you want to adopt a child as a single person?
Because nobody want. Nahi, see, single ka, as I mentioned, nobody wants him. So I said, कि कोई नहीं चाहता तो मुझे दे दो, because I believe every child deserves a family. Just because child is a special need, just because उसे by birth special needs हैं और उसे biological parents ने छोड़ दिया, so that thing I was not ready to accept. So I decided नहीं, अब मुझे ये दे दो आप, and I can try. And I was not aware about the adoption guideline in India. What is CARA? What is SARA? As a software engineer, 27-year age, what anybody can expect to know about the adoption, parenting, special needs.
Absolutely.
So I was like clueless for everything, and later on I started exploring myself. What are adoptions comes under which department, who is leading it, who are the authorities making the laws, and to whom contact. So I approach all the national leaders in India for this, and in fact, adoption ही नहीं, I raise many other issues as well, like child trafficking. So orphan kids, they are the soft target for physical, mental, sexual abuse. Most of them are in child trafficking, and unfortunately, we have only few thousand kids who are legal free for adoption. That is around 3,000 in India. That's it, 3,000. But as per the UNICEF data, they have done a survey in 2011, and they have mentioned we have 20 million kids who are orphan. 2 crore in 2011. That was equivalent to the 4% of the population.
Oh my God. It must have been quite an interesting journey. It must have been quite an eventful journey. What has the challenges been for you? आपने माइंडसेट की तो बात की ही है. माइंडसेट तो चलो खैर, दिस इज समथिंग, जैसे मैं बोलती हूँ कि वी हैव टू चेंज द नरेटिव. अनफॉर्चुनेटली हम कितने भी आगे बढ़ जाए, हम अभी भी एक ऐसे सिस्टम में है जहाँ पे हमारा नरेटिव वही रह जाता है, वही का वही पुराना रह जाता है. सो what are the challenges and how did you face them?
See, as I mentioned, challenges only correctly you mentioned the narrative, the mindset, the psychology, and the main important thing was लोग क्या कहेंगे, तुम ये क्यों कर रहे हो जब आज तक कभी किसी ने नहीं किया है? Why don't you go with the flow? Why you are doing something different? Why you are doing something new? And the worst part was when the people were asking how it is possible to become a parent without a marriage. Right. So उनको समझाना काफी difficult था कि there is no connection between to getting married and become a parent. Right. But again जो हमारे अंदर बचपन से एक माइंड में इंफॉर्मेशन फीड की जाती है इंडिया में जो बच्चा होता है so that is when the couple plan for a child they are not planning for a child they are planning for expectations कि बच्चा it should be belongs to this gender वो जेंडर का
हाँ,
होना चाहिए उसका कास्ट क्या होगा रिलीजन क्या होगा नाम क्या होगा ओके वो उसके आगे करियर क्या होगा इनफैक्ट मोस्ट ऑफ द पेरेंट्स दे आर लाइक कि जो हम अपनी जिंदगी में नहीं कर सके व्हाट ड्रीम्स दे आर वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू अचीव इट सो वो हमारा बच्चा करेगा हम कभी उससे कुछ पूछते नहीं कि तुम्हें क्या पसंद है तुम क्या करना चाहते हो we just start putting the instructions you have to follow it in fact a career also then after career job करो job करने के बाद again वही cycle चलता है शादी शादी के बाद बच्चे and the same thing happen and when it comes कि जब parents को पता चलता है कि the child has a special need so the problem starts in most of the cases doctors they don't know how to break this information and second, there are the cases when the doctors are not aware the child has a special need. So when a child has suppose like a Down syndrome, it's a genetic disorder. By birth, immediately after birth, you can identify that child has a Down syndrome and you can
yes,
confirm through certain tests,
yes,
right? Karyotype test. And the way the doctor break the news to the parent कि ये बच्चा तो कुछ कर नहीं पाएगा आपके ऊपर burden बन जाएगा काफी पैसा खर्च होगा इनफैक्ट if you plan for another child वो भी special need होगा अब आपकी जिंदगी खत्म so parents are like in dilemma. And nowadays, this is one of the reasons that parents are getting separated. This is one of the reasons that parents are abandoned the child. Right. And unfortunately, जो orphan बच्चे हैं, उनमें special need बच्चों का count बढ़ता जा रहा है because acceptance is very less. हमारे यहाँ acceptance किसी के लिए भी नहीं है despite of their special needs or a typical child. अगर वो हमारे expectations के according नहीं है, so we are not going to accept it. काफी typical बच्चे they commit suicide because parents want them to choose another career options and child want another career option based on their interest and skills. There is a honor killing if they go and get married in intercaste inter-religion marriages, right? So we don't have acceptance for anyone. We have acceptance only for our expectations. In fact, I saw during the time of my adoption journey that the parents are not ready to accept the girl child.
yes,
Right, because they have a preference to a male child. And the most interesting thing, I have observed that when a single woman wish to adopt a child, everybody appreciate it. Oh, she's adopting a child, she's doing a good work, right? When a single woman when a single female want to give a birth to a biological child, nobody accept it. Not a family member, not a society. And unfortunately she has to abort the child or abandon the child. There are very less cases when she do take care of a child. In fact, when she do take care of a child, she has to face so many problems. So if we accept her at that time, so we can stop the children who are getting abandoned.
absolutely, absolutely. Okay, what is the now for people who are listening to us and जो आपकी इस journey के बारे में सुन रहे हैं, what is the process to? We have earlier also had a discussion on adoption, and we've had a guest speaker talk to us about adoption and things. But she's now abroad; she's settled abroad. If you are stuck, if you are somebody who's staying on in India, and you want to actually go ahead and adopt a child, what is the process? What is the waiting period, and what all paperwork is needed to be able to adopt a child?
So after 2015, 1st of August 2015, adoption process got changed. Now it is online.
Okay.
Simple, transparent, paperless. Right.
Okay.
You don't have to go and visit any orphanage. You just simply log into the Kara website, kara.nicnic.in. Okay. And then the adoption guidelines in which bracket you are falling. Suppose if you want to adopt a child as a single parent, if you want to adopt a child as a couple, then what age criteria bracket you are in, what age group of child you want to adopt. You are an Indian nationals, you are in foreigners, you are an NRI. Okay, so there are certain means there the guidelines are mentioned for all the options available to adopt a child.
Okay.
Okay, and in adoption, then you have to submit for around 6-7 documents that include one family photo, Aadhaar card. So those documents are your ID proof.
Okay.
The same thing you do for registration of doing online for bank applications, for the social media is the same like other
Okay.
online things. So to just verify your like the KYC, your ID proof, your address proof, your source of income, there is no bracket limit for source of income कि इतना
Okay.
आपका इनकम होना चाहिए, इतना बैंक अकाउंट में पैसा होना चाहिए. No, there must be a continuous source of income.
Okay.
Because if I am not earning and if I wish to adopt a child, so first question is कि तुम जब कमा ही नहीं रहे तो बच्चा खुद का भी ध्यान कैसे रखोगे और एक एडिशनल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी का कैसे रखोगे, राइट? तो कोई कैप नहीं है उसपे कि इतना पैसा होना चाहिए. Like the same with the biological children जब होता है, there is no cap for it, correct? So for adoption,
Yes.
the same, only the source of income is required. Okay, then you have an option to select a gender. You have an option you want a special need or a typical child. You have an option you want a single child or a sibling child. You have an option from which state you wish to adopt a child, right?
Okay.
And based on your option, based on your choices, the adoption waiting period is defined by the system. Okay,
Okay.
because unfortunately, again, there are many parents. See, I want to share a few more information. Like जिन लोगों ने कभी adoption नहीं किया होता है, okay, in our country especially, तो सजेशंस काफी लोग देते हैं, अपने व्यूज रखते हैं. तो जिन्होंने कभी अडॉप्शन नहीं किया होता उन्हें सबसे ज्यादा अडॉप्शन के बारे में पता होता है. एंड दे फ्लो द इनकरेक्ट इन्फॉर्मेशन, नेगेटिव इन्फॉर्मेशन, लाइक अरे पेपर्स बहुत ज्यादा पेपर वर्क होता है, टाइम ज्यादा लगता है, पैसा ज्यादा लगता है, राइट? सो दिस इन्फॉर्मेशन इज नॉट करेक्ट. ऑनलाइन प्रोसेस है, बेस्ड ऑन योर चॉइसेस you will get the custody of a child. ठीक है, जो documents लगेंगे that is just your ID proof, Aadhaar card and address proof. Okay, and there will be a home study report, performed by a social worker to check कि आप किसके साथ रह रहे हो, आपके पास proper जगह है कि नहीं, एक बच्चा आपके घर में आएगा उसको रखने के लिए, right? And see, काफी लोग होते हैं जो questions पूछते हैं waiting period, like you ask कि how much is the waiting. I mentioned it's based on your choice. If you want to adopt a special needs child, you can complete your process within a month. You will get the child. But nobody wish to adopt a special needs child. If you wish to adopt a child who is an elder child, above 6, above 8, you will get the child soon, within a month. But nobody wish to adopt a child. Everybody wish to adopt a child जो 0 to 2 है. ठीक है, good looking child है, किसी को health issues ना हो, ठीक है, because again it's a mindset, लोगों का psychology है कि जो छोटा बच्चा आएगा वो जल्दी फैमिली में घुल मिल जाएगा, बड़े बच्चे को टाइम लगेगा, पता रहेगा कि वो कहाँ से आया. So people they don't wish to adopt them, right? And on the waiting period, लोगों को लगता है कि हम अडॉप्शन कर रहे हैं तो हम कुछ अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं, हम तो एहसान कर रहे हैं, तो हमें तो इमीडिएटली बच्चा मिल जाना चाहिए. No, this is not correct. Even when you plan for a biological child, you have to wait for at least 9 months. At least 9 months आपका एक waiting period होता है, correct? When somebody wish to adopt biological child में 9 महीने का time होता है, at least 9 months होता है, कभी कभी ज्यादा भी होता है, right? So when you wish to adopt a child, आपको immediately बच्चा क्यों चाहिए कि 1 महीने 2 महीने में मिल जाए? At least enjoy your waiting period. Right, enjoy, because see, adoption is not something कि आज मेरे दिमाग में आया मुझे करना चाहिए and tomorrow I like कि अरे भगवान ये क्या करा मैंने, गलती हो गई. So you must show your patience, right? Because you are taking the additional responsibility and that's not easy. In fact, जब biological बच्चा आपके घर में आता है तो आपका life routine change हो जाता है, आपकी life change होती है. Same it is going to happen with adoption, right? So why you need within a 15 days time, wait that, enjoy your waiting period and you will get the child soon. And in fact definitely less than a year बच्चा मिल जाता है nowadays after ये online process हुआ, less than a year. And जो states आप prefer करते हो, सबसे ज्यादा waiting होती है states में, दिल्ली में, महाराष्ट्र में, कर्नाटका में, maybe तमिलनाडु, पंजाब में. So apart from that you can select the states like UP, Jharkhand, West Bengal, छत्तीसगढ़, उड़ीसा, यहाँ पे वेटिंग लिस्ट कम होती है compared to others.
All of this information is very clearly put in the website, you're saying?
Yes, this is available on the website. You don't need any mediator as well. कि
Okay.
आपको कोई काउंसलर चाहिए, you just go and write an email to Kara will arrange it. ठीक है,
Okay.
आपको कोई इसमें मीडिएटर नहीं चाहिए कि जिसको आपको एडिशनल पैसा देना, 6,000 रुपए 6 साल का लगेगा, 40,000 रुपए अडॉप्शन फीस होगा, दैट इंक्लूड योर अडॉप्शन डीड, बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट फ्रॉम द कोर्ट, दैट्स इट, ओवर 46,000 rupees, and whatever your
Okay.
transportation cost, you have to bear it. There are people, they are making a business कि okay, we will provide your
Yes.
counseling and they are charging for it. I know people who are helping them in doing a paperwork and they are charging for it. So unfortunately, parents are ready to pay. I highlighted this issue to
Yes.
Kara as well, and they said parents are ready to pay on behalf of them. So हम क्या कर सकते हैं उसमें?
हम क्या कर सकते हैं? That's true.
Correct.
But you know what, Aditya,
And
it is so
also,
amazing. Yes, please.
just want to tell you one more thing: the difference between a biological child and adoption child means in my perspective, what is best. So when you wish to adopt a child, you have an option to select the gender, you have an option to select the age, you have an option to select you want a single child or a sibling, you have an option to select कि आप इंडिया में से कहाँ से बच्चे adopt करना चाहते हो. When you wish or when you plan for a biological child, you don't have any option.
Any of
And the
them.
best part to adopt a child is you don't need a partner. आपको शादी करने का जरूरत नहीं है when you wish to adopt a child.
This is Aditya. It takes an immense amount of courage to do what you have done, and I hope that there are many people out there who are listening to us and are inspired by you. I know I was inspired when I heard your story a couple of years back, and ever since I've been, following up with your stories, and I've been seeing photographs of your son on Facebook, and I think you're doing a wonderful job of bringing up such a beautiful boy, and it's a joy to see the twinkle in his eyes and the twinkle in your eyes when you have pictures with him. So congratulations to you. You're doing a wonderful, wonderful job. Before we end, is there anything that you want to tell the viewers who are watching us? Anything at all?
So yes, I can share my experience and few more stories with you. See, when you talk about parenting, okay, so we हमें हमेशा thankful रहना चाहिए उस बच्चे का कि जो हमें accept कर रहा है, because we are no one to accept a child. It's always a couple requirement, it's always a parent requirement to become a parent. वो मेरी जरूरत थी कि मुझे एक parent बनना था, अवनीश की नहीं थी. So I'm very thankful that he has accepted me as a parent. He is the one who is teaching me what is parenting. Because unfortunately, always couples want कि हमारा बच्चा तो perfect होना चाहिए, good looking होना चाहिए, smart होना चाहिए, everything my child know. And अगर वो चीजें नहीं होती तो parents से कि नहीं हमें तो शर्म आती है, ये बच्चा हमारा नहीं है, हमें कहने में शर्म आती है. This is very common, right? So point is कि is your child is telling कि आपकी शक्ल ठीक नहीं है, you are not perfect. No, वो बच्चा आपको एक्सेप्ट कर रहा है डिस्पाइट ऑफ whatever आप उससे जो दे रहे हैं. एंड इनफैक्ट चिल्ड्रंस गिव मोर लव अंटिल जब वो रियल लाइफ में या प्रैक्टिकल वर्ल्ड में आते हैं. अंटिल देन दे प्रोवाइड मोर लव केयर टू देयर पेरेंट्स, राइट? सो पॉइंट इज डोंट से कि हाँ वी आर नॉट रेडी टू एक्सेप्ट इट. थैंकफुल कि आपके बच्चे ने आपको एक्सेप्ट किया है. इनफैक्ट जब स्पेशल नीड बच्चे का बात आता है तो पेरेंटिंग का डेफिनेशन चेंज हो जाता है. ओके, एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द पेरेंट्स मेरे पास अवनीश को अडॉप्ट करने के बाद मेरा मेनी पेरेंट्स कि आदित्य वी हैव ओनली वन क्वेश्चन विद यू. हम हमेशा भगवान से बोलते थे कि हमारे साथ ऐसा क्यों हुआ, एंड वी फील लाइक अ कर्स कि हमारे को इट्स लाइक अ कर्स टू हैव अ स्पेशल नीड चाइल्ड. बट you have a child because of your choice, not of the circumstances. We have a child because of the circumstances. आपसे कोई पूछने वाला नहीं था कि आप स्पेशल बच्चे को क्यों नहीं ले रहे हो, बट हमारे पास ये ऑप्शन नहीं था. एंड थैंक यू for giving an example. Now we are enjoying with our kids. So जो acceptance वो आ रहा है, when I put the pictures of Avnish, when I put his videos, and in fact you saw the pictures and videos of Avnish, so want to share more information about it. उससे कहा था जिंदगी में अपने पाँव पे खड़ा नहीं हो पाएगा. He has problem with both the knees. He had 2 holes in a heart. He has a constipation, thyroid, squint eyes. Then there is one major surgery. It got delayed because of this pandemic. Okay, he have a undescended test. He don't have testes in the scrotum. It may cause a testicle cancer if it got delayed. He has a sleep apnea. He can't sleep properly.
Yes.
He faces some sleep apnea. He has adenoids. Itna sara problem, and by birth he has a genetic problem, that is a Down syndrome, chromosomal disorder, that is a Down syndrome, correct? He was abandoned by the biological parent on the next day when they identified he has a Down syndrome. He was in child trafficking. He was in orphanage for 2 years. बट मैंने उस बच्चे को कभी कंप्लेन करते हुए नहीं देखा कि भगवान मेरे साथ ऐसा क्यों किया. सो व्हाई वी आर कंप्लेनिंग अवर लाइफ. मतलब क्या बच्चा सब कुछ हो गया. ही कैन वॉक विदाउट सपोर्ट, विदाउट मेडिकल इंटरवेंशन. हिज हार्ट फुलफिल्ड ऑटोमेटिकली. ही इज गोइंग typical school when he was 2.5. In fact, he repeated the nursery class 3 times, and we were very happy कि हाँ ठीक है, no problem. Why academic is important? Why academic is everything? I am happy that he is learning other things. He is more social. He is very friendly. He is taking care of their pulse. And in fact, because of this pandemic, he is a nursery dropout. Because from the last 2 years, there is no schooling. Right. And because of him, I got this opportunity. I got my identity because of him. And in 2020, I got the world best mother tag. That is because of him. Right. So he is the one who is leading me for this work. We have associated more than 10,000 parents across globe who have someone especially in their family. We have done conferences, talks, more than 1,000 in 22 states, 50 cities in India. And we are holding 3 world record. Avnish is holding world record at the age of 2.
Commendable.
Right. So this is what the problem is when you accept it, whatever is coming to in your life. We got the opportunity to invited in a conference at United Nations, at World Economic Forum, and now I'm working as a social reformer.
Absolutely. Your story, Aditya and Avnish, are very, very inspiring. And I hope that all of you who are listening to us today do tune in, do check out his Facebook page and see that beautiful boy of Avnish. There is so much of light and so much of life in him. I wish him from Lajja, I wish him all the very best, and I wish you all the very best, Aditya. You're doing a commendable job. There's a small token of appreciation from us. Let me quickly share that with you. This is a certificate that we give all our guests who come here, who join us on Lajja TV. And I do hope that you continue doing the amazing work of enlightening people, of adding value to their lives. Thank you so much, Aditya. So, friends, this is the wonderful man who has actually changed the way we look at parenting. Parenting सिर्फ माँ नहीं होती, parenting बाप भी होता है. और जिस तरीके से आदित्य ने कॉन्शियसली एक डिसीजन लेके एक बच्चे को पाला है, एक बच्चे को लाइफ दी है, एंड लाइक ही सेज, उस बच्चे ने आदित्य को एक लाइफ और एक आइडेंटिटी दी है. आई थिंक दैट इज कमेंडेबल. थैंक यू सो मच, आदित्य. Oh, and before we end, friends, let me also talk to you about one very special Lajja Growth Platform member. Like always, I shall mention a Lajja Growth Platform member who has been with us since a long time. I'm talking about Meena Shah. She's an educator. She's a content developer, compiler, educational workbooks. She's the founder of Star Child Education and Learning. Star Child Education and Learning is a series of worksheets and activity sheets that she creates herself to share with children to make learning fun, interesting, and all the more exciting. For summer, since we have summer holidays coming up, Star Child has come up with a lovely program called the Summer. This summer, children can travel to 10 exotic countries of the world from the comfort of their couch, only with Star Child Education and Learning. Children entering standard 3 to 6 can explore the unique, exciting features of 10 countries from their home this summer. You will learn how to prepare an online travelogue. You will learn to enhance your knowledge about the place with interactive and fun quizzes. And on the last day, you will get a chance to speak about your favorite countries. And there is so much more. So you please, I request everybody to kindly connect with Meena Shah on Facebook, Star Child. Her company is called Star Child Education and Learning. Search for the same on Facebook, and I promise you, you will not be disappointed. With that, I end this episode of Lajja TV. I shall see you again on May 15th. And this time, like I told you, we will be talking about parenting, we will be talking about the importance of parenting. And this time on May 15th, I have a guest who will actually make us sit up and realize how important our parents are in our lives. With that, I end today's episode. See you again on May 15th. Good night. Take care.